here with Cheyenne, and we are in PistachioLand in New Mexico. And she's gracious enough to give us some time to share the story about this place and all the wonderful goodness that comes out of it. So, Cheyenne, tell us maybe where we're at and what you guys are doing.
So here in Alamogordo is going to be one of the few places that we can actually grow pistachios here in the U.S. We are a very drought-driven area, which is pretty nice. These people love it because they're originating from the Middle East. So they're very used to not needing water very often, very seldom have, moisture around. So that's one reason that they thrive so well here in New Mexico and then in southern Arizona and southern California. So that's one reason that we decided. But the farm started back in the 1980s with Thomas and Timothy. Thomas is our founder. He is an amazing man, and Timothy was his son. So back in 2007, unfortunately, Thomas passed, and he passed the farm down to his son Timothy. And we are now at the point of just kind of growing and making Thomas proud. This was like large attractions, the biggest things in the world.
There is a giant pistachio that is outside. That is pretty impressive.
65 foot tall.
35. So, tell us a little bit about maybe the growing cycle and about the farm itself.
Absolutely. So right now we have 93 acres of trees, which is pretty awesome. We're one of the biggest farms in the area, so it's pretty cool to think about. When it comes to the grow process, we start waking our trees up from their dormancy because they go dormant over the winter. We wake them up from their dormancy, usually about that last week of January. We start watering them and waking them up. We start seeing some fruits on them, usually about the beginning of April, about mid-April, when we start seeing the flowers on the male trees. The males pollinate the females. So there's two different genders of trees, which is pretty interesting. The males produce a flower, and that's going to be what pollinates the females. They're all pollinated through wings, so there's no need for bees or butterflies, which is pretty interesting as well. After the pollination process happens, they go through their growth cycle. There's 4 different color changes. They start as a very tiny little black seed. They swell up once they're pollinated to a beautiful rusty red color, and that's indicating that they've been pollinated. From there, they turn a beautiful green color, that pistachio green that everybody knows and loves. From there, that indicates that we're growing the shell, the outside of the pistachio. And then after that, they turn a beautiful, almost yellow color. From that, we know that they're growing the nut meats. And then our third and final color change, we're going to notice a bright yellow with a beautiful pink tip. That's when we know that it is about time to harvest.
Beautiful, love it. And again, you said this farm has been active since
1980. We started back in it's been active since 1981. I think this one they planted the first trees.
1981. So very mature farm here.
Very mature.
Awesome. How do people find you?
Usually it's honestly just your luck. We have billboards all over New Mexico. We have quite a few billboards all over New Mexico. There's a lot of information about us on social media, and whenever you look up world's largest attractions, there we are. We ship U.S.-wide, we even ship our wines, which is pretty interesting. Specific states, some states don't allow us to do that, but we can ship all over the U.S., all of any of our products. But the unique thing for us is you can only get our products here in our stores or online.
That's awesome. And where can they go to find you? On social media?
We're on social media. We've got our Instagram, that's going to be PistachioLand. We've got our Facebook, Pistachio. And then we also have our information available on Google, on TripAdvisor, and stuff like that.
What is the craziest thing that you have seen here?
So the craziest thing that I haven't seen it, but the craziest story from PistachioLand, and one of my favorite stories to tell is that Ozzy Osbourne was actually here. Back in the day, Ozzy Osbourne and his son Seth had that where they would cruise all across the country and everything. Well, this was one of their stops, and they actually got to go into the kitchen and make pistachios. Ozzy made his own mash.
Oh, wow.
They weren't very good though.
Diane, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Guys, check out PistachioLand on their socials, and we'll put links in the description below. Thank you so much for your time.
You have a great day.